The Chicago Bears are officially back. At 7-3, they're in sole possession of first place in the NFC North for the first time since 2018. And they won 7 of their last 8 behind some wild, last-minute comebacks. Ben Johnson's culture shift is real, pushing Chicago into the NFL's top 10 in the latest power rankings. Now comes their toughest stretch yet: Pittsburgh, Philly, Green Bay, San Francisco, Detroit. But with Caleb Williams improving and key defenders returning, this team suddenly looks built for meaningful December football. Ben Johnson didn't rebuild Caleb Williams by going flashy. He rebuilt him by going old school. Instead of air raid bombs and trick plays, Johnson put Williams under center, leaned on the run game, and unleashed deadly play action. The payoff? Williams now ranks top 3 in play action, quarterback rating, and top 4 in passing yards from under center. After learning 3 systems in 3 years, he's finally thriving. Johnson's simple, smart approach has made the Bears' offense unpredictable, and Caleb Williams is growing into the star Chicago hoped for. The Chicago Bears just can't stop delivering heart-stopping finishes. With another last-second win over Minnesota, Devin Duvernay and Cairo Santos pushed Chicago to 7-3 and alone atop the NFC North. They've now pulled off 5 comebacks in the final 2 minutes, most in over 50 years. Yet the Athletic only bumps them to number 12, warning the magic may not last with the brutal schedule ahead. Next up, Pittsburgh at Soldier Field. The Bonkers Bears aren't pretty, but they're winning when it counts. Aaron Rodgers may be lining up for one more showdown with Chicago. Doctors confirm his fractured left wrist won't need surgery, and he's pushing hard to start for the Steelers this Sunday. His availability now comes down to gripping the ball and taking snaps under center. Mason Rudolph is ready if needed, but Rodgers, 24-5 all-time against the Bears, has every reason to want it. Pittsburgh enters as a 3-point underdog, but if Rodgers is cleared, this rivalry gets a dramatic new chapter. The Chicago Bears just keep stacking wins. 7 of their last 8, most of them down-to-the-wire thrillers. And the national media is finally buying in. Fox's Colin Cowherd is on board, and ESPN bumped Chicago up to number 12 in the power rankings. But all eyes remain on Caleb Williams. He's elite in clutch moments, leading 5 game-winning drives, yet still chasing consistency and that 70% completion goal. With Detroit and Green Bay slipping, the Bears are closing the gap fast. In Week 12, could shift the whole NFC North picture. It's easy to dismiss the Bears' 7-3 record as luck. 5 wins by 5 points or less will do that. But this team feels different. Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams keep proving they can climb out of any hole, and Dennis Allen's defense leads the NFL in interceptions. Even Colin Cowherd says Chicago is the real deal. They run the ball, protect the ball, and take it away. Winning close games isn't a fluke, it's a skill, and the Bears are learning it fast. The NFL playoff picture is tightening fast, and the Bears are right in the center of the storm. Chicago and Green Bay are tied for the toughest remaining schedule, with 6 of their final 7 opponents owning winning records. The Lions sit just behind them, making the NFC North a true down-to-the-wire race. Meanwhile, the Eagles and Buccaneers had the easiest roads, and teams like the Panthers, Seahawks, and 49ers are fighting to stay alive. The final stretch will decide everything, and no contender has room for mistakes. At 7-3, the Bears' offense is finally alive, and Ben Johnson is the reason. He's balancing head coaching duties and play calling, and Chicago now averages 26.6 points per game, their best production since the Cutler era. Caleb Williams is growing fast, protected by a top 2 pass-blocking unit and powered by the league's second-best run game. Sure, the accuracy in early game finishes needs work, but 5 game-winning drives speak for themselves. The scary part? The offense is only getting started. 2 months ago, nobody would have believed the Bears would be 7-3 and alone atop the NFC North. But since that Detroit meltdown, Chicago has gone 7-1, winning every kind of game, blowouts, comebacks, and flat-out chaos. Ben Johnson has already matched half of Eberflus's win total in just 10 games, and he's built a team that finally knows how to close. 5-game winning drives, a defense holding strong through injuries, and a locker room that fully believes. The Bears aren't lucky. They're learning how to win, and Johnson's quietly building a Coach of the Year resume. Cairo Santos just broke the Bears' record for most 50-yard field goals, 24 and counting, and somehow he's still underrated. He's the most accurate kicker in franchise history at 88%, outpacing Robbie Gould and carrying Chicago through clutch moments after clutch moments. Sunday, he drilled 4 kicks, including a 54-yard bomb and that game winner from 48. Fans may nitpick, but replacing him would send the Bears right back into kicker purgatory. Santos isn't perfect, but he's proven, reliable, and Chicago's rock in crunch time. The Jake Moody era in Chicago is already over. 5 weeks after his 38-yard game winner against Washington, the Commanders have signed him up the Bears practice squad. Moody went 8 for 9 on the field goals in limited actions, showing enough for Washington to grab him after cutting Matt Gay. The move becomes official Tuesday, leaving Chicago with an open practice squad spot and closing the book on a brief but memorable stint in navy and orange. Ben Johnson isn't a fan of 50-50 balls, and that's reshaping the Bears' entire offense. Instead of jump balls, he schemes receivers open for big yards after the catch, and it's working. Chicago now ranks top 10 in total yak and top 3 in yak per reception, a massive jump from recent years. Even Rome Odunze, known as a contested catch specialist, is thriving in Johnson's system with 6 touchdowns and tougher on-the-ground plays that turn into extra yards. With better accuracy from Caleb Williams, this offense's ceiling gets even higher. Ben Johnson said EPA was a new way to winning. But the Bears are taking games the old-school Chicago way. Run the ball, protect the ball, and take it away. Despite injuries in the secondary, Chicago leads the NFL in interceptions, with Kevin Byard, Tremaine Edmonds, and Deshaun Wright turning backup reps into game-changing plays. Pair that with the league's second-best rushing attack and top 5 ball control, and Johnson's new era offense is secretly a classic Bears formula: dominant, disciplined, and unexpectedly dangerous. Ben Johnson didn't overhaul Caleb Williams with flashy tricks. He rebuilt him with fundamentals. Instead of shotgun bombs and RPO chaos, Johnson put Williams under center, leaned on the run, and tore defenses apart with play action. The result? Williams now ranks top 3 in play action and quarterback rating, and top 4 in yards under center, proving he's mastered a totally new system. It's simple, smart football, and it's turned Chicago's young quarterback into the star they drafted him to be. Bears are winning, and they're winning because they believe in their coach.